We're here, and there are a lot of people out there.
Great.
Remember, this is our choice, and we are doing nothing wrong.
I know.
If you want to change your mind, that is totally your decision, even though I think it's a really bad one.
There's no way I'm changing my mind. We both know you'd be a horrible father.
I want to pay for my half.
Ha.
All right, let's get that demon baby out of you.
Well, you can tell everybody I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man.
I hope your dead baby haunts you!
I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man.
Don't take a life because you can't close your leg!
I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man.
You're gonna burn in hell!
Your face is an abortion!
I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man.
There are many types of ways that people can abort a pregnancy. One of them is the abortion pill method. The other method is manual and machine vacuum for abortion. And the third way is dilation and evacuation.
All right, Eloise. From the ultrasound, we've established you're 5 weeks pregnant. Now, in many clinics in the U.S., medication abortion is provided up to 9 weeks of pregnancy, so you're well within that range. Your lab work and medical history are fine, so you can go ahead today with an abortion.
Okay. There are 3 types of ways that women can abort their pregnancy. The first one I'm going to talk about is the abortion pill. It is used up to 9 weeks after the woman is impregnated. The cost is between $300 and $800, and it is 97% effective. There are 3 steps to this procedure. The first one, the woman goes to a clinic such as Planned Parenthood. There she will get the abortion pill, and it is given at the clinic. The abortion pill blocks the hormone progesterone that builds up the uterus lining. The second pill that she will get from the clinic is called misoprostol, and it is taken 24 to 48 hours after the first pill. This then causes the uterus to empty and bleeding will occur, similar to how bleeding occurs when a woman is on her period. Next, the doctor will give her a pill, like an antibiotic, to help with it so that the woman doesn't get an infection. The woman is then advised to do a follow-up 2 weeks after, just to make sure that no damage or complications occurred during the abortion. There are no long-term effects noted from the abortion pill. But after you're taking the abortion pill, you are at a higher risk of getting pregnant after.
The suction aspiration abortion procedure, also known as vacuum aspiration, is the most commonly used between 7 and 15 weeks from the last period. A speculum is placed in the vagina, a tenaculum is clamped to the lip of the cervix, and a cannula is inserted into the uterus. The amniotic fluid, placenta and fetus are suctioned through the cannula into a collection jar. The fetus and placenta are torn apart in the process. The uterine cavity is scraped with a curette to determine whether any significant amount of tissue remains. Blood, amniotic fluid, placental tissue and fetal parts are placed in a jar. The contents of the jar are then examined to assure that all fetal parts and an adequate amount of tissue commensurate with the estimated gestational age are present. Once the woman's cervix has been dilated, which is a 2 or 3 day process requiring 2 trips to the abortionist, forceps are inserted through the enlarged cervix into the uterus. The body parts are grasped at random with a large, long-toothed grasping clamp. With the large, long-toothed grasping clamp, the abortionist twists the calcified limbs and other body parts from the unborn baby, and pulls them from the baby, which is capable of feeling pain, and proceeds to pull the calcified body parts out of the vaginal canal. The potential for injury to the woman can happen during this procedure. The remaining body parts, with the exception of the head, are grasped and pulled out through the vaginal canal. During this procedure, perforation of the uterus is possible. The head is then crushed in order to remove it through the vaginal canal. The placenta and remaining contents are then suctioned from the uterus. The body parts must be reassembled outside of the mother's body to be sure all was removed from the womb. If some body parts are missing, then the abortionist must continue to search for the missing body parts and retrieve them.
Another reason why people get an abortion or don't get an abortion is based off of the religious aspect. Early Christian tradition going back thousands of years has always valued human life, including unborn human life. The Bible repeatedly refers to children before birth as simply very small young children. The Catholic Church opposes abortion because it believes that life is sacred and inviolable. Generally, the Orthodox churches forbid abortion as going against the commandment, "Thou shalt not kill." Many Protestant and evangelical Christians are against abortion. However, some denominations are more pro-abortion. The Church of England states that the unborn child is alive and created by God. However, the Church of England also believes that abortion is sometimes morally acceptable, such as when a baby is suffering from a serious disability. Islam teaches that life begins at conception and is created by God. Abortion on many grounds is forbidden in the Islamic holy book, Al-Quran. The Torah, or Jewish law, forbids the taking of innocent life and stresses that human beings are made in the image of God. However, even though traditional Judaism condemns abortion, there has been considerable argument within the Jewish community since the 1960s about whether abortion is permissible. In Buddhism, there is no central authority on ethical matters, but the Dalai Lama has spoken in favor of abortion under certain circumstances. In 1993, he said, "Of course, abortion, from a Buddhist point of view, is an act of killing and is negative, generally speaking, but it depends on the circumstances. If the unborn child will be retarded, or if the birth will create serious problems for the parent, these are cases where there can be an exception." Hindu scriptures refer to abortion as Garbhata, womb killing, and the Atharvaveda describes abortionists as the greatest of sinners. Gandhi, perhaps the most respected Hindu of the 20th century, said, "It seems to me clear as daylight that abortion would be a crime." Our specific case involves an 11-year-old little girl from Chile. This little girl was raped by her mother's boyfriend. Gasp. She went to the doctors when she was 14 weeks pregnant, and the doctor said that if she went through with the pregnancy, her and her child would be at high risk, based off of a medical condition that the little girl has. This is controversial because in Chile, abortion is illegal. The government and different officials and doctors are trying to decide whether or not they should make abortion legal to save this little girl or her baby. Now that we have our case study, we will analyze it based off of the 3 approaches we learned in class. The first approach is Kant's approach. His approach, if we were using it, would say that abortion is using the baby as a means to benefit the mother's desires, when the baby should be treated as an end. If we were all a fetus and now as adults, we would choose not to be aborted as fetuses. Universal moral law would then be set if we decided that abortion was legal and everyone could do it. If we looked at the utilitarianism approach, this involves pleasure and pain, depending on each individual. If we decided to keep the baby could have a happy life. This could be pleasuring to the mother and the baby. We then run into pain with abortion itself. To the mother, this can be physically painful to get the abortion, but this can also be emotionally painful for the mother. Utilitarianism also plays a role with the mother's happiness. For instance, if she aborts the baby, she may find more happiness to abort the baby if it is a rape victim. She might also, though, be happy to keep the baby if the baby puts joy into her life, even though she was raped. Aristotle's approach involves happiness. If having a baby would prevent you from reaching an end you want, like getting a job, then that will prevent you from reaching your own final happiness. So you should have the abortion. However, if having a baby is what you want and will help you reach eudaimonia, then you should have the baby. What are you going to do?
I'm pro-life because I believe as an embryo it is still a baby, and I don't believe that it's okay to terminate a baby at all, or as an unborn child it still has a life, and a life worth living. I think every life is worth living, and we should not terminate baby. I hate myself. I would still think that she should not get an abortion because with today's technology, I don't think you have to carry a baby full term. I think people have preemies all the time and they turn out healthy, and since Chile has one of the most forward technology programs for pregnant women and their children, I think there would still be a safe and viable option for her to carry the baby as long as her body will allow her to, and then at that point in time do like a C-section or something.
Jess's view most corresponds with Kant's approach because with Jess's view, she thinks that the mother, the girl, should keep the baby because if she were to abort the baby, she's using the abortion as a means to fulfill her end of happiness.
Pro-choice, and honestly it's because I don't believe that men should really have any voice in this. It's all entirely a women's issue, and so women should be the ones that decide. In that case, I think that the girl, her legal guardian, should discuss it between themselves and decide what is the best course of action. I'm always more in favor of the mother living. If the fetus is a threat to her life, then the mother should live. And so whatever they decide amongst their own family, no one else should have any reason to interfere with that.
This view most represents Aristotle's view because he believes that the woman should not have her baby because it does not help her get to eudaimonia.
Well, if the baby and the mom are both at risk, then it's only medically necessary to terminate the pregnancy. But it's illegal. So I think if she can go to a country where it is legal, she should terminate the pregnancy. In between.
Okay, pro-choice. All right, have a great day.
Based off of Molly's view, she most corresponds with the utilitarianism view because in Molly's eyes, she thinks that the mother should abort the baby because it is painful for the mother to have the child because the mother and the child could be at great risk. And it also does not create happiness for the mother if she has a child that is there due from rape. Hello guys, this is my mom, Corey. She is 54.
I think in that case that they would have to abort the baby to save the mother's life.
So you're saying that the mother's life is more important than the child?
I'm saying that they said it would be at risk for both, so it didn't sound like she would be able to carry full term.
What makes it between her she should just abort the baby and she should just have the baby? Like how many weeks?
Because obviously it wasn't that great of a risk if she made it all the way to 35 weeks.
Okay. All right, you're done.
Okay.
Have a good life.
See ya.
According to my mom's view, she most corresponds with Aristotle because she believes that having the baby would prevent the little girl from meeting her ends, and therefore Aristotle would believe that she should abort the baby.